oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Bitcoin falling 4% at risk of losing the 90,000 key level. What is going on? Why are we dumping? Can it go much lower? Let's get into this video, guys. Smash the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. As always, we need to get into this very, very important conversation because the fact of the matter is Bitcoin has been curling over, right? You can see this move here to the upside, and we've just been curling over now. We're testing important 90,000 level support, and failing this level, the fall could be quite sharp, down to 70,000. And a lot of people are calling for these numbers. But before we call for some of these numbers and do some technical analysis, you guys know it wouldn't be one of my videos if we didn't speak about the macro economy. Every time crypto moves, there's a reason for it, right? Some people would just give you the technical analysis. What we aim to do here on this channel is to build up our macro understanding of what's going on. And the main theme right now, like I've been speaking about for a while, is the US economy is too healthy. Friday, we had the non-farm payrolls. They shocked to the upside. Too many new jobs created, right? The market was spooked a little bit. Then you saw some traders buying the dip. But Monday, a fresh day for the US markets, and investors have woken up saying, hang on, this is not great. Couple on top of that, you're seeing risk rotate away from the tech players. If you look at US here, S&P down 1.5%, Nasdaq down 1.63%. So the likes of Nvidia, the likes of these technology plays are seeing a move to the downside, and we know crypto is very correlated to that. One of the reasons why we're seeing a big pullback here in the crypto markets. Now, we also spoke about the notion that it's unlikely we're going to get many more rate cuts, right? If the data comes out too good, then what Jerome Powell told us at the end of last year was we're only going to get 2. If the data keeps coming in too good, even then, we're going to get 1, we're going to get 0, we could even get a rate hike. And I think that's where some people are starting to go now. I think some people are starting to wonder whether this rate cutting cycle has come to an end, and we may even get a rate hike. Now, that's going to, of course, spook markets. But if the data keeps coming out good, that's going to be maybe one of the options for Jerome Powell. That being said, we can't jump to conclusions. We just have to take each data point as it comes, and we get an important one this week. We get CPI inflation on Wednesday. We're going to have to pay attention to that. We need to see inflation come meaningfully down. We don't want sticky inflation. We need it coming down. If it comes down more than expected, great. We could see a bounce here on crypto. If we see it coming too hot, then you're going to want to start looking again at 80,000, 70,000. This market's going to get painful again. Now, before that, tomorrow, we get the producer price inflation, PPI. So it's important to look at that because it's normally a good precursor for CPI. So PPI tomorrow, day after that, on Wednesday, we're going to get the CPI. That's going to give us the directionality for crypto here mid to long term. Couple on top of that, we've got the inauguration coming, right? 7 days away, next Monday, Trump's inauguration. Will we see a pump leading up to that? Can we see us hold some support? These are all the questions now going through my mind. You guys will know that when we initially broke, I'm just going up to the weekly chart here so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. This was the previous all-time high I keep talking about, right? That just shy of 74,000. Then we kind of came down for a while. We finally broke it after the election win, and off we went to the races. But what I said at the time was we never got a retest, right? We never came back down to test this, where my cursor is, this horizontal level, call it around 73, 74,000 here, to retest it, to then try to bounce and go onwards. That's good, right? Turn resistance into support. Longer term, that's healthy. That being said, the price has just gone up. This is our first meaningful pullback, right? Our first meaningful pullback. You can now see from highs, we're about 16% down. Not too bad. But again, coming back to that previous all-time high is a proper pullback. 32% pullback would get rid of a lot of those weak hands. And what you would be left with is just the strong hodlers, people who aren't here to make a quick buck, people who want to hold through the cycle and hold a lot longer as well. Now, if you take a look at what's going on here, over the last 24 hours, remember, we've been updating on this every day pretty much, $530 million of leverage liquidated again, right? And the market makers are having a field day here. They're liquidating to the downside, liquidating to the top side. $530 million wrecked in 24 hours. This is from overzealous trading, and I warn you guys every single day. If you want to learn how to sustainably trade spot without leverage, right? ijazcrypto.com/TG. I'll show you how I profitably trade without the need for crazy leverage, without the need for going short. I can just trade long, spot only, and get insane results. You can see it all in the Telegram. Check it out. Link is in the description. Now, look at the liquidity. liquidity is heavy in this area, right? Which is obvious because this is the support level. This is the natural support. When you moved all the way up here, this is your natural support. Liquidity builds up in this area, okay? So this is important. We need to watch for this. Market makers will want to grab this. The question is, where do market makers want to go thereafter? Is it going to be appealing enough? Will there be enough leverage to bounce and go back towards 100,000 or 110,000? Or is this leverage down here going to be appealing? Right? Down at 80,000, lower at 70,000. This is one of the reasons why people are calling for 70,000. There's a lot of liquidations from this level. Lots of people went long on the breakout of the previous all-time high. It's a common trade, right? It's the most obvious textbook trade that people would have waited for the breakout here, taken a leverage trade to the upside. All of those people in the green right now. The liquidation price will be down here, hitting their stop losses, coming down to this region, right? From the previous all-time high. So that's in play. We've got to marry the two up. We've got to marry the technicals with the fundamentals we spoke about. I mean, for example, you may believe that we need to come back down to 74, but if the inflation data shows that inflation is cooled off, this market will rally again. You may believe that we're at support at 90,000 and we're going to bounce and go to 100,000 now, but what if the inflation data comes out too hot again? Right? So you've got to couple up the technicals with the fundamentals. When they both marry up and tell you the same story, you've got confluence. And that's what you want as a trader and investor. You want two sets of different opposing stories telling you the same thing. When they tell you the same thing, you've got double the probability of success when taking a trade. So look, bloodbath in the market right now. Wherever you look, it's red. If you want to buy the dip, when are you going to do it? If you believe in these projects, if you're looking at these bubbles here and you believe in these projects, and now you're suddenly scared when we're down 16% on Bitcoin on full-time highs, I mean, you got to ask yourself, where is your conviction? People who are aping into meme coins like Pepe. I mean, let's take a look at Pepe as an example here. If you took that there down to the measure point, you're 42% discount on Pepe from the highs. Lots of people talking about decent discount on now, right? Phantom, we can take a look at as well. Big pullback on Phantom. This was as high as 145. You're now picking up Phantom at 0.63. Remember, you are getting Phantom delisted on many exchanges because they're now listing the new S token. For those of you who are holding Phantom on a major exchange, it will auto-convert to S automatically. For those of you who don't hold it on a major exchange that isn't supported, or you hold it on Trust Wallet or in a MetaMask, you have to go to the Sonic portal and upgrade one-for-one your Phantom token to S. Make sure you follow the official Sonic Labs account on X for updates, okay? Very important that you do that. Make sure you do that, otherwise you only got yourself to blame. Cardano down 6%. This is where you got to look, guys. You got to go down your portfolio and look at which projects are now getting cheap again, where it's like, oh, that's worth a cheeky little bit of a buy, right? Because just after these two red candlesticks, you're getting meaningful 30, 40, 50% discounts on many of your favorite altcoins. These are your times to be buying. When markets are a little bit fearful, guys, and right now we're still technically in a little bit of greed, it's going to get worse if we fall down more. These are the moments you need to train yourself to buy. You don't want to be buying when we're at extreme greed and FOMOing at 110, because everybody can do that. When Bitcoin's at 110 and breaking crazy all-time highs all the time, that's easy for everybody to buy. To be buying now in this type of market, this is where you're going to show your worth and your conviction in your favorite plays. Now, what's my take on this? This is an important support level. It's a nice time to nibble, but I certainly wouldn't be throwing my whole amount. I mean, let's use example. Let's say I had 10K and I want to buy the dip with $10,000. I'm not going in with my whole $10,000 now, no. Maybe I'll nibble 1 or 2K. I'm waiting for more. Are we going to come down to 85? I'll throw another K. Are we going to come down to 80? I'm going to throw another K. All the way down to at least the previous all-time high of 74. I'm not aping in now, because you do that, right? You start buying the dip now, and then we fall down to previous all-time highs like I just showed you, and you're another 20% down. Now you're going to panic sell because that investment is down 20%. You've got to be smart. Average your way into the market, and same when you take profits, right? Trim your way out of profits. Don't take all your profits at exactly the right number. How are you going to call the exact top? So there you have it, guys. Painful market. These are the tough days. Sometimes just close your laptop like I should do right now. Go for a walk, enjoy your surroundings. If you're buying the dip, do that, close your laptop and go. It's done, right? What else is there to do in this market? You don't need to sit there agonizing, staring at your portfolio going up and down every single minute. No. Do you have something to do? Do it. If not, close your portfolio, do some fundamental research on some new tokens or your favorite tokens, etc. Otherwise, keep it moving. If you want to trade, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.